Hi guys, how are you this evening? Hope everybody's feeling all well and energized and all that great stuff. As you know, Tuesdays at 7 we come live, all doing all things regarding buying a home, right? So today I would like to discuss some of the frequently asked questions that we get from our buyers. Questions that people don't normally know when they're first, especially if it's the first time buying a home, or even if you bought a home but you haven't bought a home in a few years and you're looking to sell your home and buy one. So let's talk about some of the problems that are going on in the market right now regarding buying a home. One of the biggest problems, as we know, is bids, right? The bidding wars. The homes on the market now are being overbidded, some 10, 15, 20 different offers within a day or two of being placed on the market. So that's a big deal. Buyers are putting in a lot of offers, but a lot of times they're not accepted. And especially if you're not putting a large down payment down, or if you're not coming with a lot of cash. And even if you are, you still get outbidded by a lot of other buyers. So what do you do? And then there are the buyers that also they're like, well, I'm not offering over asking price for a property. So, or some buyers are going below asking price. So what is the solution on that? All right, so these are some of the problems that are happening. How do you qualify for a mortgage? Is there down payment assistance? And because of the way the market is going right now, if you're buying a home and you're doing down payment assistance, will that affect your buying power? Will that affect your offer being accepted, right? If you're coming up against people who are putting all this cash down, how does that work, right? Are you committed? Another problem is, how committed are you to the agent that's helping you, the real estate agent? Do you trust the agent that you're working with? Do you trust real estate agents at all? Are you willing to allow a real estate agent or company to help you to find a home that you desire, that you pick, your option? Or do you rather look for a home by yourself, and then if you can't find the answers, then you try to find a real estate agent to answer that question for you? So those are some of the problems that I know buyers have. So let's answer them in the same order I just spoke to you about them. I hope I remember what I just said. Okay, bidding wars, that's a big deal, right? So one of the ways to avoid the bidding wars is to work with an agent exclusively that will be able to go out and find you a property in the neighborhood that you're looking for, right? One of the programs that we do is called our Dream Home Finder program. And in that program, what we do with our VIP buyers, these are buyers that are committed to working with us. We have them tell us the neighborhood that they're looking for and what is important to them in a home. And we go out and we try to find homeowners who are looking to sell that meets this criteria. That's one sure way of avoiding the bidding war, right? But what if you found a home? You're like, I find this home, I really love it, I looked at it, I really want it. They're asking $350. What do I offer, right? My answer is, if you really want the home, I would go $5,000 or $10,000 over asking price in this market. But I would ask my real estate agent to do a comparable market analysis to see what property in the areas are selling for, and to see if the property would appraise. Let's say it's been offered at $350. So to see if the property would appraise at $355 or $360, and I'll place that offer. And it depends upon the cash I'm working with. If I have enough cash to, let's say it was offered at $350, you offered $360, and it appraised at $350, do you have the extra $10,000 to bring to the closing table? Because the bank is not going to lend over asking. Maybe you're buying cash. So if you're buying cash, you'd still do the comparable market analysis. And if the property is worth $350, are you willing to take that $10,000 loss offering $360, right? That's where you're going to end up. For the most part, the way the market is going right now, it's appreciating quite nicely. And going $5,000 or $10,000 over asking price is not really going to put you in a danger zone, right? But when you start to go $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 over, then you got to really have big money to play with. But I often tell my buyers, at least go $5,000 or $10,000 over the asking price if you really want the property. If this is something you really want, and you have a chance to put an offer in, because in today's market, it's highest and best immediately. This is not the market where you're going to put $340 and see what the seller says, and then maybe come back and then say $350. We don't have time for that. The market doesn't have time for that. So if you're placing an offer, you have to place your highest and best offer in the beginning. If you start to play low ball, you're going to lose out on properties. You really are. And another thing I'm going to say too is don't fall in love with the property until the offer is accepted, right? So don't start to put your emotions, and that's very hard to do. And I know it, especially when you're buying a home for yourself, but try not to put too much of your emotions involved in the property until your offer is accepted. Then you could put your emotions in it, right? Now, let's talk about if you're buying a home and you're doing down payment assistance or FHA or VA loan, because that means you're a first-time home buyer or possibly a second-time home buyer, but you don't have a lot of money to play with, because VA loans are no money down, FHA is as little as 3.5% down, and down payment assistance is they're getting assistance with your down payment. So how do you find a home and compete with these buyers on the market that has all this cash coming to the table with? One of the ways, there's two solutions I would have for you. The first solution would be go towards new construction homes if you're qualified for that price point. Because with new construction homes, once your offer is accepted on that property, that's it. You're gonna buy the property. Nobody else is gonna be bidding on that property with you. Also, builders are not very concerned about how the property is being financed. So they're not going to say, well, you're buying cash, you're doing FHA, you're doing VA. They just, as long as you're qualified to buy the property, the builder is going to sell you the property, right? So new construction is a definite way to go. Also, our Dream Home Finder program may be a way for you to go, because then we could go out and find a property for you that nobody else is bidding on, find out what the market value is, and bid that way for you, right? You may have one or two buyers bidding, but not like 10 and 15 people coming at you at the same time. And there are quite a few properties that are off market that the sellers are thinking of selling. They're just looking for a buyer. So we have what is called buyers in waiting, where we have a list of buyers that are waiting for a particular property. So as soon as we contact a seller that's selling and meet the criteria for what our buyer is looking for, then we match them up together. So if you're looking to do VA, FHA, or down payment assistance program, that may be something for you to do, our VIP home buying program or buying from a builder, right? When it comes to buying a home, it is very important that you find a real estate agent that you could trust, right? That's very important, because real estate agents have the inside, they have more knowledge of the inside of the market. They know what's going on. They're on the forefront of the market, a full-time real estate agent. So they know what's going on and how the properties are being sold, and they're going to want to give you the best advice. If you don't trust your real estate agent, then it's best for you to find another one, because it's very important that you have trust, that you could trust this individual and you could tell them, this is what I'm looking for, and you trust them to go out there and find it for you. And you trust them that if they're saying to you, hey, you may have to put in a little bit over asking price if you really want to get this property, that you really trust what they're saying, and you're not just thinking, well, they're only saying it to get extra commission. And let's talk about that for a second. If a property is listed at $350,000 and your agent is saying to you, you should offer 360, how much more commission do you think that agent is going to make off the extra $10,000, right? So in a particular situation, and I'm being real honest with you, let's say the agent was making 2% or 3% from the sale. So 2% or 3% of $10,000 is what? 100 or 200 or 300. 1% of 10,000, I think, is $100. So 2% is $200 and 3% is what? $300. An agent is not going to be forcing you to place an offer $10,000 more than asking price to get more commission, because $200 or $300 to an agent is not really that much money when you look at the grand scheme of a commission that they're going to be making. So if an agent is telling you to put $10,000 or $5,000 over asking price, they're trying to position you to win you the bid. They're not trying to tell you, okay, offer more so we could make more commission. No, if you're telling to take if they're telling to offer $100,000 more, then that would make sense, because that would be $1,000 more in their pocket, right? But you have to have an agent you could trust, so that when they're positioning your offer to get accepted, you accept what they're telling you, and you don't go and talk to your other friends and your relatives, and they're telling you different stories, and they're not in the market, and they're telling you their experience when they bought 5, 10, 6, 7, 8 years ago, which is completely different than the market we're in right now. That's why it's very important for you to have a real estate agent that you could trust, because that way when the agent is telling you, if you want your offer to be accepted, this is what you need to do, then you could trust them, right? We normally do a VIP buyer's presentation when we first take on a buyer on our team. And we do a Zoom call or face-to-face, whichever works. Right now we're doing more Zoom calls because of COVID. But we go over with you, what is it we're bringing to the table? How We're going to help you to get your home that you want to purchase and how our system works. And then we encourage you to sign up on our Dream Home Finder program if you're in a unique situation, meaning you're looking for a particular home that's not readily available on the market, or you're doing a particular financing and the area that you're looking in, that particular financing is not going to have you win a bid, right? Let's say it's an FHA loan and you're looking in a particular area where people are putting 20 and more % down or paying cash. Then we're going to say, you know what, let's go find a homeowner that's not on the market, so we're not competing with the other properties or buyers that are on the market, right? So you have to have trust in the agent that is helping you, and you have to have it's very important for you to have a consultation with them. Don't just call an agent because you are looking for a home and you have a question on the home, and then you think the real estate agent is only there to answer questions, and once the question is answered, you move on to the next one. That's not really a good way of looking for a home. When you have an agent in your corner, as soon as they hear of any properties that they know that that would interest you, they're gonna be right on it. As soon as the seller say, hey, I might be thinking of selling my home, I'm not sure, and they know what kind of home that seller has, then they're gonna be looking to help you with that property, to connect you with that property. So in this market, it's going to be important for you to have a very good professional real estate agent to help you with your bids, right? And to answer all the questions you're going to have, because there's a lot of questions. And people always, oh, I bought a house 10 years ago or 5 years ago, or my brother just bought a house. Everything changes. It's just like going to your accountant and saying, well, last year they did the taxes this way. Why is it changing this year, right? Because every year the tax law change, different things happen, so different things change. So it's very important for you to be on the up and up, to stay abreast of what's going on, and to see a real estate agent as a professional and not as a someone that's trying to get money from you or someone that's trying to get you to buy whatever they want you to buy. And I understand that there's a good and bad in every industry. There really is. There's the good doctors, the bad doctors, the good accountant, the bad accountant, the good car sales guy, the bad car sales guy, right? Every industry have its good and bad. But you have to then decide the person you're working with, do you trust them and do you think that they have your best interest at heart? And if yes is not the answer, then you need to find another agent. Just like if you're going to a doctor and you don't think the doctor have your best interest at heart, then you're going to do a second opinion, right? Same thing. But it's important for you to find someone you could trust, especially in this market, because you're going to need to know about off-market properties. You're going to need to know about properties that nobody else knows about, right? That's going to be really important. So let's talk about, what are some of the other questions that we might have? Let's talk about, let's say you put an offer in on the property, the offer is accepted, it comes down to inspections, right? The property is inspected and then you get the report back. What are some of the big items you're going to be looking for? In this market, you don't want to be nitpicky on stuff like wear and tear items, right? You don't want to be nitpicky of the superficial stuff, like there's a crack in the tile on the living room floor, or the kitchen door is missing some doorknobs, or the bathroom needs caulking, right? Or I don't know, just small stuff. Like the biggest things on a home inspection is really the foundation, the AC system, the roof. You need to know that works. Don't be too caught up with appliances, because there's what is called home warranty insurance. And I've done several topics on my videos on home warranty insurance. And I think people don't believe, I really believe that some people just don't believe that a home warranty insurance will come to, that you could have a home warranty insurance. And if something breaks down, the company is going to send someone to either fix or replace whatever it is that broke down. I don't think people believe that. And I could tell you for a fact, 100% sure, because I've experienced this, where the home warranty companies, once you have home warranty insurance and the item is covered, they're going to come out and they're going to either fix or replace whatever is broken. That's going to happen. There will be a deductible. So for most home warranty insurance, your deductible is between 100 to 150, right? So let's say the hot water tank isn't producing any more hot water. You call your home warranty company. The first thing they're going to have you do is pay the deductible. The deductible is $150 or $100, let's say. You pay your deductible. Once you pay the deductible, then they're going to send someone, they're going to make an appointment, and they're going to send a tech out there to either fix or replace the item. The tech is going to go out there, figure out what's going on. If it can be fixed, they're going to fix it. If it cannot be fixed, they're going to replace it. That really does happen. Like the home warranty insurance really does work. And if I'm buying an older home or any home that you're not sure, let's say the home is 15 years old and you're not sure if the appliances were ever changed, or the inspector might say the AC is at the end of its life, then you definitely get a home warranty insurance, or you have the seller pay for 2 years of home warranty insurance for you instead of 1 year. That's a good negotiation. And then you could, if something breaks down during the time of you living there, you have your home warranty insurance and you keep that. That home warranty insurance should be the same as the home insurance. So your home insurance is what protects the home. If there's a flood, if the roof flies off, right? The home insurance protects that. The home warranty insurance protects the appliances and everything inside the house: the plumbing, the electrical, the stove, dishwasher, hot water tank, AC unit, your furnace, all that great stuff. We don't have furnace here in Florida, but if you're in New York or any other colder state, right? So this does exist and this does help you, right? And it's important for you to know that, so that you could go in to purchase a property and not think, oh my gosh, what if the AC break down? What am I going to do? Home warranty insurance, right? And it really does work, guys. It really does work. So those are some of the things. Depend upon if you really need to buy a house and you really need to get a house, be very realistic with your inspection report. I'm not saying that you shouldn't take your inspection report seriously, but don't get too nitpicky on wear and tear items or items that are easily fixed, right? Go more for the bigger items, like the roof, right? What's the age of the roof? I mean, this is a big item. Roof is a big item. AC system. If it's at the end of its life, but it's still working, then the seller might want to give you at least 2 years of home warranty, I would think, right? Because it's at the end of its life. Or even your agent might want to go ahead and pay for home warranty insurance for you for 2 years, so that at least we know that if that system breaks down within the 2 years, you could get it fixed or replaced. And at the end of the 2 years, you could then start paying your own home warranty insurance. That way, you have home warranty insurance on the item. That's a big deal. Like I encourage all of my buyers to get home warranty insurance, because you just never know what can happen, right? Even the builders now are giving home warranty insurance. So after a year, after your year kicks out, the second year they have a home warranty insurance that they use. Various builders use different home warranty companies to still protect your items, which is very important, because you just don't want that rainy day craziness, the thing break down and it's not covered. Then what do you do, right? So in this market, that's going to be very, very important. Okay. So if you are not able to find a home, or Home Buyer's Dream or Dream Home Finders program is one thing you could look into. If you're being outbidded, same thing, Dream Home Finders program. We actually have a video that goes extensively into that. And if you want, you could just drop us a line for that. Also, I forgot to tell you, please like our page. Please share this information if you have anyone that you think might benefit from what we're saying, and definitely subscribe to our YouTube channel. Talking about that, we do have a large resource of down payment assistance if you're planning on buying a home. If you need down payment assistance, drop us a line and we will send you a link that will give you a whole source of down payment assistance. And remember that every 3 years you qualify for a first-time home buyer. So if you have a home right now and you've lived in it for more than 3 years and you're thinking of selling to buy another one, guess what? You're now a first-time home buyer. You just got to prove to the bank that you're going to be selling the home that you're now in to buy another home, right? We also have a program that helps you, that lets you buy your home first. If you're buying a home, if you're selling your home to buy another home, it allows you to buy your home first. They'll pay up to 6 months of your mortgage payment on the home that you're selling, so that you could buy your home, move in, then sell the second home, as long as you use them as your mortgage provider. That's the only thing. You got to use them as your lender, right? And they also give up a $25,000 in repair costs. So if you're selling your home and your home needs work before you buy another home, that might be a program to look into, for sure. Okay. So if you have any home buying questions that you want answered, feel free to send us a message through Facebook or YouTube, or text us or email us. Our information should be below, and we will definitely cover that topic, or we could schedule a one-on-one appointment with you to go over whatever it is that you are looking to do, right? If you're a first-time home buyer and you have no clue where to start, where do I start? I'm trying to buy a home. How do we get started? Give us a call. We will send you a link to make an appointment with us, and we will go over the whole home buying process with you. We could do a Zoom call, or we could do just a regular phone call, and we'll go over the entire process with you, so you have an idea of what to look out for and how how does the whole, I'm from Jamaica, so I eat my H's and put H's where it doesn't belong, right? How does the whole process work, right? How does it work? How do I buy a home? Or maybe I'm trying to sell a home. I'm trying to I have a home. I want to buy another home, but all my equities in the home I now live in. How do I do that, right? We will find you all the solutions you need to be able to sell your home, buy another home first and sell yours afterwards, right? I'm not being stuck with two mortgages or being stuck with two homes. That's a huge deal for a lot of people. Okay. So I'm going to cut this short now. Thank you so much for listening. I appreciate you, of course. And I will see you next week.